Hello, welcome to Meow Meow's vlog lessons. Last week we shot the Great God Ben TK released the latest video. One of the most eye-catching is that it has few interesting special effects, like a spoon flying into your hand, and of course the special effect of the door opening and turning after Wu Zhongzheng's door. AE has struck me 1,000 times and I'd still like to say I learned a lot about art effects. You can really be in your own video world and do anything you want. Open the door and transfer the special effect. This tutorial uses the English version of AE, because the Chinese version of the transliteration is not very stable. So please follow the instruction of those who are not good at English. First, before we start, drag the front and rear section into the editing software. I'm going to go through the mountain with a door frame on the beach. I found material for a door on the internet, preferably a door frame. Place the door above and between the two ends of the material. Duplicate these layers. To avoid making a mistake in the shadows for a while, open the three pieces of material in our shadow. After entering Adobe After Effects, we begin the formal process of making special effects. The first step is to select the middle gate layer. Zoom in and adjust the size and position of the tool. The second step is to still select the layer on the gate. Select Pen tool. We need to separate the door frame from the door first for the rest of our operations. So choose the pen tool to pull out this door after cutting out. Select Copy Paste. You can also press Ctrl D to duplicate the same exact layer. We can see that there are two identical layers. The following mask is the same third step for the layer we copied down here. Open the mask and tick inverted so the two layers become a door frame. One is the door. Step 4. We select the layer of the gate. And you can see that there's a little square here. This is the 3D layer. Check the box in the box next to the layer. At this time, an X plus Y axis will appear in the right screen. To open the door, we need to align the door to this axis. We open the transform below the layer, and this anchor point moves left. Line up the door frame. The vertical axis should be perfectly aligned. Make sure they are in a straight line, and then we're moving to the position. Return the door to its original position on the frame. Step 5. We'll find the place where the door is completely open. When we find that location, we're on the left. That's above the Y rotation, and we're putting keyframes on the Y rotation. Just a few more frames where the door was first opened. Type another keyframe. Then we move to the next keyframe. To adjust its value, to move vertically forward or backward, it means the door opens in a different direction. You can make an adjustment to your liking if you want this image to look something a little more real. You can check the box above the motion blur so the whole picture looks a little bit more real. Step 6. Let's replace the next scene in the door frame. We select the mask under the frame layer. Copy this mask into the video frame below. You will see a black mask. We're under in this mask to adjust the mask path of the door panel. Let the door panel appear exactly inside the door frame and adjust the position where the picture appears. Where the next frame will appear, it was the moment the door opened. The next image appears inside the door. Step 7. Now let's do a simulated ride to the next scene. Right-click and select Pre-Compose. These two layers become a combination of layers. And then in the Zoom tool under Transform, open the door. Ready to start shuttling to the next scene. Position to hit a keyframe and the next few frames. That's where the zoom ends. And then a keyframe. Then we'll enlarge the door frame until it disappears completely in the picture. At this time, we can see that the door frame is getting bigger, but the mask below doesn't actually change. So we chose to replicate the scaling. Paste it into the mask in the layer below. And that's it. We can see that there are two more keyframes on the timeline. You can see it when you drag it back. The whole layer is enlarged along with it. We'll have the whole door frame open, and then we're done. But let's not forget there's a door frame effect. Below, we will do the effect that this door frame appears. Click the first step in the reorganization layer. Duplicate a layer on the door frame. We can see through the little eyes on the side which is the door frame and which is the door. Then we select the frame layer. Copy it to a new layer. Select the new layer and then the pen tool. Select the left column first, then leave it out. Change the ID addition. To subtract in the mask under the layer and then check the reversal. This is when the doorpost comes out, and so on, in the same way duplicating the layer. Then cut out the remaining right doorpost and the upper beam in turn. Because the operation steps are the same, so I speed it up here. Step 2. Now there are many layers on the page. They are different gate posts and content. We know that these individual posts and beams do not need to appear again after opening the door. So let's adjust their position. Only the door frame remains after opening the door. The first two layers where the gate posts are together, and the gate posts that are cut out are adjusted to the front. Step 3. We put 3D layers respectively on the door and the door posts that were cut out. Check the small box of the 3-dimensional layer. It can scale its location. The same is true for X, Y, Z rotation and keyframes. Notice the start time and end time. To make a free adjustment like in the beginning, the pillar may have come from a distance. You can pull the screen or scale it, and do a couple of spins or something. Adjust to what you feel, and so on and so forth. Adjust the door and the remaining two pillars separately, and it's almost done. That's what it looks like. Let's take a look at the film.